Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. And in today's video we have this 2022 Chevy Corvette C8 and we're going to do the taillight tint installation for this vehicle. So as you can see, this is how it looks before doing the installation on the taillights, and this is how it looks after the installation. So the tint has PPF properties, which means it will protect the lenses from yellowing over time, as well as protect it from any small scratches or any road debris that might hit the lens. Link for the product will be in the description below. But with that being said, let's get started with the installation video. So the tools you need in order to install the tint kit will be Slip Solution, Tack Solution, a heat gun, squeegee, and a microfiber towel. And a step-by-step guide in order to create the two solutions will be in the description below. So before starting with the installation on the taillights, we need to make sure we prep the taillights. So to prep them, all we need to do is just apply Slip Solution to the taillight lens, and with a clean microfiber towel, start removing any contaminants that the taillight lens may have. So we're going to start off by installing the inside pieces first. That way once we finish installing these 4 pieces that are inside, they're completely dry, and then we can focus on the outer pieces afterwards. So you can start from either side. Just make sure you get the correct piece and just align it and tack it down. Let's get started. So when you get your tint kit, it's going to look like this for the driver's side. The passenger side will have a P on the other side. So just make sure you grab the correct side. So this one's going to be for the driver's side. This piece here, we're just going to align it how it is. So the 2 middle ones that go inside should be these 2, and then the other one should be for the other ones. So let's get started with that one. Get the piece, apply Slip Solution on the lens and on the film. And just place the film inside and just make sure it stays aligned, and it should be like that. It should be just aligned in the center, and then you can apply Tack Solution. That way you're able to tack down the film to make sure everything is still aligned. And with your squeegee, lightly start tacking down the film. So you can hold it from each end and start from the middle section and just work your way on installing the film. Since it is a small area to work with, just take your time on tacking down the film. One thing you can also use when it comes to installing the tints on these sections here is applying heat. That way you help the adhesive on the film activate faster. Okay, so let's apply a little bit of heat. That way we help the adhesive activate faster. Tack Solution, just to help us tack down. And just to double check and see if the film is moving. If it's not moving, then you should be good to go. Take your time in tacking down these 2 sections since they're both the same. But other than that, it's just rinse and repeat the same steps for the remaining 3. So with this one, just grab the piece and just align it and tack it down. So grab your piece, apply Slip Solution, and just align it to the lens. And then with this one, since we have more area to work with, lift the film and apply Tack Solution. Hold it in position, that way it doesn't move. If you need to align it, you could lift it and align it, and it should be good. And just start tacking the whole film down. Apply a little bit of heat, that way we help the adhesive activate faster. Now Tack Solution, just to help squeegee the film, so that way the squeegee doesn't get stuck. And that's it. You just rinse and repeat the same steps that we did for these 2 to these 2 right here. And once you're done installing these 4 pieces, now we can move on with the outer pieces of the taillight here. So once we finish installing the 4 pieces that were inside the taillight, now we move on to the outer piece. So we're going to start off by installing this outer piece first on both the taillights here. And then once we finish installing the front ones, we move on to the outer piece here, which would be on these 2 sections here. And then we will finalize the installation by installing the last piece here. So let's start with this one. So the middle piece would be this section here. You would grab the piece and start applying Slip Solution to the front side of the taillight and on the tint as well. And this one is more of just aligning the film to this section here. So make sure you align it to the tip of the edge here. It should curve here and it should look like this. And then this section of the film is going to go wrapped underneath the taillight here. So just give yourself enough material to do that. Okay, so we're going to start off by installing this piece here. So with this one, just lift the film and apply Tack Solution, and with your squeegee tack it down, but make sure everything is still aligned before you do so. So hold it in place and start tacking it down. And you just want to work your way little by little until you reach to this edge here. So make sure this piece doesn't move, and then we can move on with the rest of the install. So just make your way up to this end here. To speed up the process of the adhesive to activate, you can apply tack solution on this part. Just make sure it's still aligned and just tack it down. So it should look like this. And make sure to remove any solution that's behind the film. And once we're done squeegeeing everything, the next thing is to apply heat. That way we help the film that's lifting on this side and on this edge tack down underneath. So to do so, all we're doing is just applying tack solution and then using our heat gun to apply heat around the edges and then squeegeeing them to tack them down. And you would just rinse and repeat the same steps, apply tack solution and heat all around until you're able to tack down the whole film. And then once you're done tacking down the whole film, we can move on with the next installation. So now we move on installing the piece that goes on the side here. So now we move on to this piece. So for this piece here, it's going to be the piece that's curved like this on your kit. So make sure you get the one that belongs to this side, because the other one's a little bit more larger because of the size of this one. But there's the same process when it comes to installation. So just remove the film and apply slip solution on this area and slip solution on the tint film, and just align it to the edge here, and it should reach up to the top edge here. So make sure you help it tack down, and then just make your way on helping the film tack down on this edge and then helping it curve. So if the film does get dry, apply slip solution again. You can start by aligning it on this edge first. So align it there. That way the film just sits with no issue. So let's tack down this piece first to secure it in position. Lift the film and apply tack solution. Start tacking it down with your finger just to help it tack down to this position. With the top one, just help it tack down to the top edge. So it should be like this. Grab your squeegee, apply tack solution. That way we help it tack down. And once you have this piece secured, you will do the same on the bottom edge here. So just place it and tack it down. So it should look like this after it's finished. And once you're done installing it, all we need to do is apply tack solution with a little bit of heat just to help out to remove any small fingers that might be coming from the top edge here. So tack solution and a little bit of heat, and then we squeegee. Once you finish removing the fingers, just clean off the side that you worked on. Make sure there's no solution behind the film. And if there's not, then we can move on with the last piece, which would be this inside piece here. So for this last piece here, what we need to do is apply slip solution to the tail light here and slip solution to the tint film. And with this one, what we're going to do is first align it on the flat surface. That way we're able to tack down the film on the top edge here. Because of this deep curve that the Corvette tail light has, we are going to need to apply a good amount of heat and tack solution to help form the film to this curve here. So our main focus right now is making sure this piece is tacked down. So make sure just align it here, right on the edge, and everything is aligned. So apply tack solution, and with your squeegee start tacking it down. And this piece is going to cover here, so we want this whole section to be tacked down. And now we're just going to apply tack solution one more time, and this time with heat, just to help the adhesive activate faster. So tack solution and our heat gun. And all I'm doing is just mainly making sure this whole piece is tacked down. That way it doesn't lift when we're trying to install the rest of the film here. Because like I said, this part is going to be the tricky part to tack down the film to this curve. So now that we made sure that this film is secured on this section here, now we can continue with the rest of the installation. So as you can see, we need to work our way to this piece here. The film is going to lift on this section because of the curve. So what we're doing is just making sure it's aligned. Tack it down little by little. So you see, it lifts because of the curve. So we need to make sure we apply tack solution and heat to tack down. And just be careful not to burn your finger. Lift the film to adjust it and then tack it back down. And this process is just rinsing and repeating until we're able to tack this film down. You basically rinse and repeat this whole step until you're able to tack down tint to this section of the curve here. But after that, once you finish with this piece, you would just rinse and repeat the same steps that we did for this one to this piece here. It's just rinse and repeating. Apply the middle one first, then the side one, and then finish off with this one. And now that we finished installing the whole tint kit on the inside of the taillight, the last thing to do is install this piece here. For this one here, it's just plain slip solution on the lens and slip solution on the tint kit. And you can also apply tack solution just to help the adhesive stick better to the panel. So this one is going to cover the inside and up to here. So align it, it should go like this, and it should lay like that. And then just apply tack solution on top of the film, and you can start tacking the whole piece down. And that's it, we're done. And now the last thing to do is just post-heat the whole tint kit. That way we help the adhesive on the film activate faster. And then once you're done, post-heating all around. So the last step would be to post-heat as mentioned. So to post-heat, we will just apply tack solution all around the film. And with the heat gun, we're gonna heat all around the edges and everywhere on the tint. That way we help the adhesive on the film activate faster. And we're gonna use a microfiber towel to go around on the areas we applied heat. That way we help the film tack down. And also the microfiber towel will help us absorb any solution that's still behind the film or anywhere else on the film. So heat around the area, and then with your microfiber towel, go around it. Okay, so that concludes the installation video for the taillight tints for the 2022 Chevy Corvette C8. We hope that this video helped you guys out with the installation. If it did, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell. That way you don't miss any upcoming installation videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.